And they're very good. I would say they are very good. Every time I see a black player playing on a travel baseball team and they're out there, as a matter of fact, my youth program, Liberty City Optimists, we still have baseball. We've always had baseball. For over 50 years, we had baseball. Our program was founded on baseball. Even with all the big-time athletes that we got coming through, we were founded on baseball, people. So how do we fix it? What's the solution, Luke? These HBCUs, look what just happened the other day. Bethune-Cookman just went last week and beat LSU at their place. Then turned around and went around the corner and whooped Florida ass. Let me bring in the college expert. Streeter, how you feeling today?
What's going on, man? You're talking about college expert, man. What's going on, bro?
You're college football expert. I'm trying to get you well-rounded. I mean, I'm talking about it's two people that have got missing, Streeter. Baseball was dominated by black players. Black players are the ones who put the asses in the seat. What they did was eliminated the black player, kept the white player, and then brought the Hispanic player. That's what they did.
Yeah, I mean, you probably got the Hispanic player for cheaper, right?
They got it for cheaper. Mm-hmm. They don't even, hold on, Streeter. The Hispanic player don't even go in the draft. So they have a big baseball draft, Major League Baseball draft. They're only drafting high school players from the United States, and they're only drafting college players from the United States. So they don't draft the guys from Dominican. Like basketball will draft guys from out of the country.
Right.
And you'll be like, who the hell is that? He played in this league here. And you'll be like, oh, okay. But at the same, so it's a conspiracy to get rid of the black players.
Think they want to get rid of the black players out of baseball, period? That's
what they did. Streeter, in 1975, it was 30% African Americans playing baseball. It was 10% Hispanics. Today is flipped around. It's 3% in college. Today in the major leagues right now is 10% African American players playing baseball, and it's 30% Hispanics. Make sense?
Do we want to play
baseball?
The
Hispanic players don't get drafted. The Hispanic players come over here, huh?
Are we playing baseball? Do we want to play
baseball? Yeah, we playing baseball. But most of our kids are being told when our kids play baseball, they say, well, why you ain't playing football? What you doing out here? Then they turned baseball into a country club sport. Then it became travel ball. You got all these travel balls, the only way you get recruited. So they automatically know that the average black kid can't afford to be traveling all over the world, doing all these showcases and all these events and all that there. So that's another way they push the black kid out. But still, the Dominican player don't have to go through that because they got farms with every major league team in the DR with those players playing, competing every day, being trained every day, doing what they need to do in there. So in the United States, what they did was they eliminated the black player and then only allowed the white player to get the opportunity. So they clearly, they just totally erased black players out of baseball. Only black players you see in baseball right now is the ones talking on the TV.
I think so. Basketball went to travel ball, and now football is going to travel ball.
But you can't go get nobody from Dominican Republic to play football. That ain't happening. This is what I know for a fact. You would think you would go get some players from. You would think you would go get some players from Jamaica because of how fast they are to come play football. They ain't translating.
This is what I know for a fact. I once interviewed our boy Calvin, who won an SB, high school baseball coach down here, who won an SB for being a baseball coach and what he had did down here in baseball. This was maybe 7 years ago, and he spoke to me about the racism in baseball. how he had to deal with the slurs and the different. It's almost like he felt they didn't want him to be there, right? Then he fast forward like 6 years later, Austin Simmons' dad, who Austin Simmons was a hell of a baseball player, got a scholarship to play at Ole Miss. He told me something about some of the same trials and tribulations, like it's as if they didn't want his kid there in baseball. And this was like youth baseball. Well, he's up there defending this kid. People calling him monkey at the when he going up the bat and just being treated different. And then I got a friend now whose son is in baseball, and it's the same story. So it has to be so it's happened on numerous different cases. Anybody I know that was involved with baseball on that level, on high school and youth, yeah, they face some discrimination even now in 2026.
Even now in 2026,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
No,
Austin Simmons was 2 years ago.
See what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
what he was throwing about 100, wasn't he? I mean,
He was listen. He pitched at Ole Miss. He struck out the best baseball player 2 years ago at Ole Miss as a freshman. Even with his talent, his dad felt like they didn't want him there. He's told me plenty of stories. I mean, we could bring him on here and tell some of them.
Let me tell you, it's amazing that you look at these games, you look at these major league shows, you look at these 30 for 30s, and you never hear a show about, okay, what happened to the black baseball player? Because that's too much like putting the MLB out there. Because it's a total conspiracy all the way up and down the line. It's a total genocide of African-American players being eliminated out of baseball and pushed into other sports. Because at the end of the day, I know T. Martin, the quarterback coach for the Ravens for the last 3 years. His son played baseball. His son played baseball and football. No different than Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball and football. He got a scholarship at the University of Miami. He's playing now somewhere. I think he's playing at HBCU. Said time of his life. Talk to T. Martin. Same stories. It's the same horror stories up and down the highway. They are pushing African-American kids out of baseball on all levels. They're overpricing them on the travel team. High school, it becomes political, and colleges ain't recruiting them. So we only have the HBCUs, and when you look at the HBCUs, you looked at Bethune-Cookman the other day, knock off LSU and Florida, and there ain't too many of us on that team.
Happening? How is that happening, Luke? How's Bethune-Cookman knocking off? What has changed?
What changed? What changes? Bethune-Cookman, no question about it. For the longest, they've had a great baseball program. But Bethune-Cookman, unlike a lot of other HBCUs, they go and recruit a lot of Hispanics. They'll get a lot of Hispanics, not necessarily that many blacks. So they've been winning throughout the years of going to get these type of players, and it's not necessarily in combination of blacks and Hispanics and some whites trickled in there. They have more of a team thing, but then what happens is, and you can't take nothing away from them. They'll play them in the midweek. See, there's college games in the midweek where you'll play a team around the corner. It's almost like playing the lower level team in the middle of the week, and you can get your win, patch your stats. Like UM will play FIU a lot in the midweek. They'll play FIU and FAU right around the corner. That's the midweek, on a Wednesday or Tuesday like that. But what's happening is they're messing around with a real program in Bethune-Cookman, messing with them in the midweek, trying to, pitch their fourth option pitcher, and then they're getting beat. And so that's what ended up happening. Because at the end of the day, you got to walk up there to that plate and you got to hit the ball. But it shows that what it shows is those HBCU kids on baseball level could compete with anybody. If you look at all the players, all the top players, they had a kid that was in the farm. They had a kid in the farm, went into the world game, went and started striking out all these guys from the United States. So even when you get to the major league level, it becomes very political because here you got these young guys in the farm that just got in the farm, high school dudes coming out there striking out major league baseball players, political.
Right.
Why is he not in the league where you got half of these guys throwing pitches, can't get a dog out if he lined up? But again, man, and that's my thing. One day we're gonna have a conversation about where all the black caddies. The guy who used to hold the bag or the player, those are black caddies.
The caddy, yeah.
Now you can't find a black caddy. What the hell happened? Where are they now?
Where they went? What do you mean you can't find them?
Ain't no black caddies. Ain't nobody on the bag. That's the black caddies.
No.
It's like, what are we doing? You feel me? And so, I mean, it's like I don't understand. I can't make it up. I can't figure this one out. You got that's a whole nother story. But man, I'm happy that you joined the show today, man. I know I brought Streeter in the middle of what I was talking to. Want to welcome Streeter from Footballville. Streeter is he's out there at the University of Miami, practices. His ears is to the street. Before and you make sure y'all go follow him on all of his platforms, Footballville, on YouTube, Footballville, on Instagram, Footballville, on Facebook, TikTok, and all those beautiful places. Y'all got, man, this man make the most creative videos you could ever imagine. And he always putting something on your mind and giving you something to think about because he has all the information already. Just go follow him. I know we're only on your YouTube page. Thank God for that, because something happened with my new YouTube page. I don't know. I went in and started deleting stuff and all that. But Streeter, tell me how's it going over there at University of Miami? You did a spring practice.
They had a spring game the other day, man. You
call that a game or practice?
It's a practice. They warmed up. They practiced. They did some one-on-ones, wide receiver versus DBs, O-line versus O-line, and did a little goal line. Then they played for like a half. Won a lot of starters out there. Couple guys, a couple snaps. I think Malley maybe got a few snaps. Mark Fletcher, I think, got in and got stuck in the backfield, and they was like, "Nah, we ain't doing that. Get him out of there." Defense was out there biting. Torrey, Chase Smith, I didn't see them guys playing much. So man, I think Mario pet peeve is information getting out. Information getting out. That's just his pet peeve. I'm on the way home and Ohio State firing up their spring game on national TV. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? It's going down on national TV. They ain't hiding nobody. They ain't running from nothing. You know what I'm saying? So just two different styles, I think.
Okay. So you say they ain't hiding nobody, ain't running nobody. So Ohio State played all of their players.
I don't know if they played all of their players. I saw him warming up. I'm not gonna say I saw him play. I think I saw him make a play. I don't know how much he played. But I caught him warming up and it was open. I mean, it was open for people to watch it. Like I get into the villains on a debrief and I realized none of my villains done seen the game. Nobody see the game because if you were a season ticket holder, you couldn't, you know what I'm saying? You had to either come down there or, hey, listen, you'll catch them in August. Catch them in September.
There was no, so you're saying University of Miami spring game was not televised at all?
No, it wasn't televised this time. None of the villains saw the game. Unless all of them missed it, and you know that ain't gonna happen.
Damn. Do you know of any other big-time college program that does that?
I heard NC State was straight shut down. Nobody, not the spring game. Like nothing. Nobody saw nothing. Nobody had any answers. And what happened at their spring game?
So you don't know what JoJo did?
No.
You didn't get on the phone with JoJo and say, JoJo, how did it go?
No. I let them kids ride in season.
Damn.
I think he's doing well up there. I think Chance Robinson is doing well also.
Wow. That's amazing. So
but the Canes, the Canes are a very talented team. Very talented. Even with the starters sitting out, bro, some of the young guys who people haven't thought about stood up in the paint. Some local guys too. Jordan Campbell, my little cousin, man, had a big hit in the backfield. Ezekiel Marshland, central linebacker, who's a real linebacker. He played linebacker. He got a linebacker head. He think like a linebacker. He look like a linebacker. He ain't one of these converted guys. You know what I'm saying? He had a big hit in the backfield. And J.J. Donegan from way out in Kansas. It looked like he was out there with the tools at DB. And he was playing. His dad played in the pros. So the team is very deep. I think the only major injury they had was Josh Moore. Josh Moore went down, Luke, early too.
Oh, no, that's my guy. That's my second favorite player.
He went down.
My first favorite player is the ball hawk, the young boy from Columbus who be intercepting all the balls back there.
Bryce Fitzgerald?
Yeah, Fitzgerald is my guy. When you talk to Fitzgerald and you do an interview, you let him know, say, man, you are Uncle Luke's favorite player. You number 1 and Big 3 number 2. In that order. Now, no, Malachi, that's like my nephew, so I can't, he's automatic. So that's De La's son. So he's family. But when it comes to them guys, they're my guys. I like them guys. And so how do University of Miami look on the offensive line? That's the biggest concern.
The offensive line?
Because we need somebody to block for Fletcher. I think
the offensive line is going to be a work in progress, but that's just the position that I don't really worry about. That's where all the money go. That's where all the that's the position that you know what I'm saying, that I don't really worry about with Mirabal. I think they've developed guys from nothing, but they kind of struggled Saturday. To make a long story short. Yeah, Booker Pickett, and the daddy Pickett, you know what I'm saying? Booker Pickett kind of had his way. Like, I think he had 3 or 4 sacks, bro. They were getting off the line. The defense was getting off the line, which football is funny because we thought that we lose Bain and Mesidor and the pass rush suffers, right? They put Omar Thornton in the nickel, and when they sent him on the blitz, man, I think he got to the running back before the handoff even happened.
What? Hold on. Hold on. This was against the starters?
Yeah. But Miami's putting their O-line together. So they got a true freshman. I think it's two true freshmen starting.
2 true freshmen starting?
And for now,
I thought I listened to X today in the Villains, and X said there's 3 returners, starters.
One of them hurt. One of them ain't there. Pancake ain't there.
So how did the big guy who they gave all the money to, how did he work out?
He's a freak athlete, bro. Like he just cut from a different cause. Both of his parents Olympian medalists.
Did he play like an Olympian the other day?
He's gonna have some growing pains, Luke, and you know it. At left tackle, he's gonna have some growing pains. He's gonna have some growing pains. That just is what it is.
Hold on. How many sacks did he give up?
I don't know how many sacks did he give up. I wasn't counting his per se. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't counting his per se, but he's gonna have some growing pains.
We lost a player.
Man, we're had growing pains. Like they all, you know what I'm saying? You're getting thrown out there. The 5 stars getting thrown out there to the Wolves. They gotta develop early. Yeah, I don't know how many he gave up per se, but
when you get that much money, Streeter, I ain't trying to hear about no growing pains.
This ain't NFL. It's college football. That money came from nowhere. We don't know if these guys worth it or not. That money came out of nowhere.
Oh,
They ain't land on the money landed on them. So let's not be acting like this the NFL draft. Now that joker was out west in Missouri blocking little white boys a couple months ago.
no.
Now he in the 305 with a pocket full of money and got dang on Lightfoot trying to get past him. It's gonna be some growing pains. Let's just be real.
I don't understand this. Let me talk to an expert right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to FIU head football coach, former Florida A&M football coach, former Clemson quarterback, my main man, Willie Taggart. Not Willie Taggart.
Willie Taggart. They got the same haircut.
Willie Simmons. I said I was gonna say that, right? I said I was gonna say that, and then
he do it every time. He do it every time.
He do it every time. Hey, Luke.
Every time. What's up, Coach? How you feeling, baby?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. How y'all doing? I see y'all having a good time on here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We always, man. The Streeter, man. Streeter try to. Today I'm catching him into the mix because he always trying to catch me in the mix. But I got him on roller skates right now because you know he's trying to defend something that he didn't want to be trying to defend, which is big high paid players not performing to their expectation. But that's a whole nother story there. How was spring, Coach?
Spring went well. You know, I thought we got better. You know, obviously having to basically break in a new team. You know, 48 new players between transfers and high school signees coming in, and you know, really trying to get acclimated to how we do things, the whys. And I thought we did a really good job. Built a lot of depth, and I feel a lot better about the team now than I did this time last year.
Oh, that's what's up. And I heard I was listening to Georgia Tech coach talk about transfer portal and the fact that he's happy that there's no spring portal. So he knows them guys that they've been working on and coaching and went through the spring practice with going to be there. I mean, talk about how important that is, that these guys, you know, you just finished coaching. You ain't got to worry about, okay, yeah, I had them playing and they balled out and everybody in the world found out they balled out in the spring. And then now I got to worry about them hitting the portal.
Yeah, no doubt. That was an issue for us last year. You know, we brought a player over from UM, went through the spring, had a great spring. You know, we had high hopes for him. And this time, you know, we're doing exit meetings now. So I started exit meetings today. I'll be doing them all week. And imagine a guy coming in feeling like he deserves more money or feeling like his role isn't what he wants it to be. And he has a chance to leave and jump in the transfer portal. You know, a guy that you literally just signed in January. So it makes it tough to really commit to the team that you have when you know they can leave. Now, knowing that they can't go anywhere, we're able to really, you know, go all in on these guys, invest fully into them, really teach them what we're doing, not worry about them learning our playbook and taking it across the street, you know what I mean, because they're leaving after 6 months. So I think the NCAA, they did that one right. You know, there's a lot of things they do wrong, but I think they got that one right by making it just one transfer portal in January.
Streeter?
Coach, when you left FAMU, you ended up at Duke, right?
Yes, sir.
You ended up at Duke. And that usually doesn't happen like that. Like we always talk about the bridge from HBCU to Power 5. Did you have a relationship with Coach Manny? Like, what was that relationship about? Like, what was that about?
Yeah, so Coach Diaz and I worked together for 3 years up at Middle Tennessee. He was the defensive coordinator, and I was the running backs coach from 07 to 09. And so built a great relationship there. You know, we were workout partners. You know, we get out there and beat the pavement every day, you know, getting our run in, just talking ball, you know, him talking defensive ball, me talking offensive ball. So we really sharpened each other. You know, he's one of the sharpest guys I know as far as understanding defenses. And, you know, when he got the opportunity to be the head coach at Duke, I was excited. And when he called and offered me the job, I was elated. You know, I was kind of at I wouldn't call it a crossroads in my career, but I knew my aspirations and I knew the perception of being at an HBCU. It's an unfortunate reality that, you know, Deion's the only one to do what we all wanted to do, which is have success there and then be able to take it to the next level. You know, Prime was able to do it, but guys like myself, Jerry Mack, other guys who've had a relative level of success, you know, we all had to kind of take a step down to move back up. You know, Jerry Mack left North Carolina Central to go be the offensive coordinator at Rice. And obviously, I left to be the running backs coach at Duke, and now we're both running our own programs here at the FBS level. So it worked out. And again, it's unfortunate that we have to make those tough decisions, but fortunate for me, it was for somebody that I knew, that I trusted, and I knew it was going to be a great situation.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you. So when, we know it's a lot of emphasis put on the quarterback, a lot of quarterbacks transferring in, learning a new system. Can you talk about how that works? Because I mean, offense is more difficult than defense, and you see a lot of success of a lot of quarterbacks coming in the portal, starting, and seem like it's no tail off. Is it a smaller playbook, or is it more time to teach them the playbook? I mean, how's that transition works from a guy coming in the portal like that?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of two things. One, I think OTAs now have helped a ton. The fact that we can take them on the field in the spring before spring practice and go through OTAs. For a long time we couldn't do that. The first time that you were able to coach your guys, put them through drills was doing spring ball. So you had 15 practices, and then you had no contact during the summers, and then you came back in training camp. So you had literally 15 opportunities to coach them before you had to get them ready to play in the fall. Now we get 3 weeks or a month of OTAs to meet with them, to take them through drills, to watch film with them. We do the same thing in the summertime now. So when they come back in the summer, same thing, all of June, OTAs, you're on the field. So you're stealing all those extra reps, and basically you're getting 2 to 3 spring practices before you actually report to training camp. So I think that has a lot to do with the growth and development of the quarterbacks. You look at now, 7-on-7s have really become a huge thing now. So just guys throwing year round. Like when we came out, it was you play football in the fall, you play basketball in the winter, you play baseball in the spring. And that was kind of what we did. Now it's football in the fall, 7-on-7 in the winter, spring ball in the spring, 7-on-7 in the summer, and then you're right back to playing in the fall. So you never really stop throwing the ball as a quarterback. So I think a lot of them are a lot more further ahead than we were when we came into college. And then with all the spread offenses now, the playbooks are a lot simpler. You're not really teaching pro-style concepts. Guys don't have to really understand coverages as well as we used to back in the day. You don't have to really understand fronts and pressures because offensive line handles a lot of that. And so the learning curve for a quarterback isn't as high as it was 10, 15 years ago. And these guys are playing a lot more football than we were 10 or 15 years ago. And I think that's why you're able to see quarterbacks come in new systems and have success so early.
Yeah, I noticed you recruit heavy locally. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, is that something that you said, hey, I want to get to when I'm down here? I want to make happen. I want to make an imprint. I mean, you got Hippolyte on the staff, you got Pat on the staff, you got Gator on the staff. So you got guys from here, maybe some other guys that I'm not familiar with, but you have a staff full of guys who are well recognized in the neighborhood of South Florida football. And then you look at your roster, it's a ton of local kids on there. Is that something that you said you wanted to do coming here?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was one of the selling points. When I was up for the job, they wanted someone who had, South Florida ties. Obviously, I'm not from South Florida originally. I'm from Florida, but I grew up in North Florida. So just really tapping into the contacts that I had down here. Coach Hippolyte, like you said, been a successful high school coach here, coaching at UM. Patter was a head coach here, coaching at UM. Frank Ponce, who's recruited here his entire career, had just got let go at App State. Gator was already on staff, played here, played at the West. And then Jelani Barasa, coach with me at FAMU from South Miami down with the Killian. So, 5 coaches on the staff are from Miami. And so just having that footprint of guys that can walk me into any high school and get me in front of any high school head coach, the 7-on-7 coaches, just, building that relationship. And I think that's important because recruiting is relationships. That's all it is, and you may not even be recruiting for next year. There's some guys that we're going to talk to recruit for, this summer, this spring. It is not for next year because they're 4-star, they're 5-star, and FIU ain't really at that level financially to afford them right now. It's when they go off to somewhere for a year, 2 years, things don't work out, we're the first call. because they remember the relationship that we built during the high school recruiting process. They came to our junior days. They were here for our 707 camps. They saw how we do things, and they understand the vibe that we have. So I think you're recruiting for the immediate, but if you're a good program, you're recruiting for the future as well, because the transfer portal is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And our ability to bring the local talent back here after they go off somewhere and things don't necessarily work out, I think it's going to be critical for our long-term success.
So, Coach, you've coached at FAMU, then you went to Power 5 Duke, and now you're at FIU. And people seem to think that there's this huge talent difference. Like the kids at FAMU are this huge gap in talent. Explain to us in the gap in talent. The kids at FAMU, are there a lot of kids you've seen in HBCU that should be in Power 5? Like, explain the gap in talent that you've seen.
Well, to put it in perspective, I have 4 players that play for me at FAMU that are currently in the National Football League.
Okay.
I'm not beating my chest or boasting or bragging, but I'm not sure how many Conference USA schools can say that. Right? I mean, the schools that we play on our conference, I don't know if any of them have 4 guys currently on active rosters. I'm not talking about practice squads. I'm talking about active NFL rosters. Marquise Bell starts for the Cowboys. Xavier Smith starts for the Rams. Isaiah Land is the reserve defensive end for the Cowboys. Terrell Jennings is a reserve running back for the New England Patriots. And so those guys, if they play in the National Football League, trust and believe they can play anywhere in Conference USA. So I think you look at the landscape now, people are recruiting stars. And Luke can tell you probably better than anybody, having been a high school coach down here for so long, the amount of talented guys that he saw that wasn't wasn't a 4 or 5 star kid that got overlooked by all these schools just because they weren't a highly recruited guy, and that went off to an FCS or went to a group of 5 school and had a phenomenal career, and then ended up transferring to a Power 4 because he balled out in 2 years, or that 4-star, 5-star that everybody in the city knows that he's really not that. He's big, he's athletic, but he's got a long way to go. But people are signing him because of the star rankings. So again, the people that are making these rankings and evaluations weren't high school coaches, weren't really college coaches, probably didn't play college ball or pro ball. They're just guys who started a recruiting service. And so I think the most successful teams that you see, they trust their eyes. And they go out and recruit good players. And so there are players that I coached at FAMU, that I played against at Jackson State and Alabama State and other places that could very easily start for us. The 2 conference players of the year, to put it in perspective, the 2 first-team all-conference linebackers, last season in Conference USA, both started out of HBCUs. Johnny Chaney, for us, was with me at FAMU, and the kid at Kennesaw State started out of Alabama State, started out at Jackson State. So 2 first-team linebackers started out of HBCUs. First-team cornerback was an HBCU football player. They're former HBCU players that are playing Power 4 right now starting. The leading rusher in the ACC the last couple of years, before this last season, were guys from the MEAC. Bashir Tulin went to A&T, right, and Jamari Taylor from Virginia was at North Carolina Central as a walk-on at North Carolina Central. So the misconception that there's a huge talent disparity, the talent disparity is in the sheer numbers, because you got 63 scholarships versus 85. And then obviously in the trenches, the offensive and defensive lines, there's a little disparity.
Uh-oh, we lost Coach.
Coach went out on us. Coach was cooking too.
Coach
hey, Luke,
cooking.
Man, this man a SWAC champion, over 65 wins, multiple 9 wins.
You got to tell him when he come back on here. You
should have introduced him like they should have gave him the WWE.
You got to breathe, bro. Come on now. Man, I just saw him down. I got excited. I got to. Hold on. There you go. You got to redo it. There you go. Hold on, this man is giving me a hard time here, Coach.
You got
he
Coach.
Said he I told him I got excited when I saw you on here. What happened?
He's still fixing it. He's still fixing it. He'll pop back in here. But yeah,
you got a
big introduction, man. This man kicked some ass at FAMU, man, didn't he?
I know. I just that's bad. That's bad.
And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that. Just give him some time. He'll pop up. But a lot of people don't know that, man. SWAC champion, Celebration Bowl champion, multiple 9-win seasons, over 65 wins at FAMU.
Hey, listen, man.
Did he beat Prime? I think he beat Prime. Did he beat Prime?
Coach. Here we go. Coach, you back on? You can hear us? Coach, can you hear us?
He trying to figure it out.
This StreamYard is going bad, huh?
He trying to figure it out.
Again. You guys, Coach?
Put him in the back, let him figure it out. He trying to figure it out.
Okay, he putting it. Hold on. I mean, listen, man. It is.
Dang, Coach was cooking too.
Coach was cooking.
Yeah, he was. He was cooking.
What did I do? Did I hit ban? That wouldn't ban his whole number, would it?
What?
I was trying to eliminate his. I see him here. He's there, but his picture is not there.
Nah, he coming back. I think he froze right there. He's trying to come in. He coming back. He froze. Yeah.
But I hit ban. See, people, I don't know how to work this thing right here. Yeah, good. If he come back in.
You need to get somebody. You need to get an operator. But no, man, he's got the big introduction, dog.
I need that.
He was cooking. He was on fire too, man. He said everything. He said everything, but man, ain't no talent disparity.
Hey, listen, man, that was a great question, man. See, and I know my good homeboy, Mr. Pierre Rutledge, he's gonna be doing all this complaining. He was like, man, y'all need to get StreamYard right, man. Y'all having these good shows, man, and you got all these technical difficulties and everything. I'm gonna have to hear his mouth. Oh, it say I'm blocked from getting in. How do I unblock him?
Let's see what did you do?
I hit the block.
Huh?
I hit the block. Oh,
I didn't even know a block exists. Where is it at?
Yeah, man, how do I unblock a person?
Block. Go to settings. Go to settings. Let me see.
Oh my God. How do I what the hell? This is bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, there you go, right there. Okay.
They ain't never blocked nobody.
Banned. Okay, he's okay. I the thing say banned. Okay, let me tell him to try again. Try now. This is bad. Hey, as y'all can see, we live, people. We're live. Because I was trying to get rid of. I was trying to get rid of
too much sauce.
Yeah, the man was cooking, man. The man was cooking.
Coach on fire, man.
Coach on fire. Coach. One thing about it, when you talk to coach is like an encyclopedia when it comes to this ball. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, Coach. I'm sorry. I was trying to close one room out, and I thought I hit a button to close the room out. But Streeter, go ahead, Streeter. You do your full-fledged introduction. Run out the whole thing.
Nah, I was telling him he was supposed to introduce you, man. It was supposed to be like, man, we got joining us today. Over 65 wins, Celebration Bowl appearance, SWAC champion, multiple 9-win seasons. He's supposed to lay it out there for you, man. You was kicking behind that FAMU.
Never lost, never had a losing season in the history. My God. I'm sorry.
FAMU into a national problem.
I'm sorry. He brought FAMU back because we weren't winning like that. We were not winning like that.
Nah, my girlfriend in the room, she went to FAMU. They ain't have nothing. If the band wasn't doing nothing, they wasn't doing nothing. She ain't got nothing to argue about, bro.
And the band coach was winning when the band got banned.
Now they were back by the time I got there. They were back.
Okay. It wasn't 100 no more. It was I remember going out there. It was like the 50. They were still blowing. If Joe Bullitt was still talking, it will be. Hey, but Coach, let me ask you. So you come to FAU in your first year. You go down there and you beat FAU, which is your rival, and you have this winning season. You take the team to a bowl game. I mean, how long before we talking championship?
Well, obviously, we came down here with expectation to build this to a championship program. So, I don't believe in making promises, obviously, but I think we're doing it the right way. Like you said, the guys we built this staff around, they're hard-nosed coaches, they're intense coaches, detail-oriented, and they love to get out there and recruit, man. I think, you got to be able to recruit. You got to love to recruit in today's climate. and these guys do. You know, Dub is a ball of energy every single day. Like there's not a day that goes by that he ain't running around hollering. I mean, I've never his meeting room's about 4 doors down. That's why I can hear him every day with the running backs doing beats. I mean, I don't know if he's coaching them, cussing at them, yelling. I don't know what he's doing, but he's getting to play at a high level. So just having guys with passion like that and bringing the right type of guys in, you know, I think that's what it's all about. So I think we're building a team that can compete for championships yearly. And like I told him this year, like everybody was excited. We went to a bowl, and it was great. It was a great accomplishment, but that should be the standard. Like that should be the expectations that we go to a bowl. Like no one should be surprised that FIU is in the bowl conversation every year. And no one should be surprised that we're in the championship conversation every year. That's the expectation. Just like when I got the FAM, I felt the same way, and we were able to build a championship program there in a short time. I think we continue to do things the right way. You know, we'll be able to do the same here.
Yeah, you were earlier, Shree, asked you about the level of competition and how it compares, and when you were talking about it, and I always think about that North Carolina game where you had North Carolina, but you were shorthanded. I mean, that was a game I knew that if you had all your guys in that particular game, you beat them, then I don't think you had FIU. You over there. You had someplace else. I ain't gonna get nobody's job away with that quick, but you know, we know FAM is going through a little struggles and things, and because of what some of the
academic
some of the things that happen.
Right?
How I know it hurts you because you built that program up to where it's at, right? Where it was at, to see it go through these struggles right now. How can these things be fixed going forward, in your opinion? Being an insider, I know you're outside, you over here at FIU, and you're going on your second year there. You don't know how the operation is running, but how do you fix things like that so it won't occur anymore?
Yeah, no, and that's a great question. You know, and obviously I was there for 6 years, and was a part of a lot of that. And I'll say this, you know, we went to Indianapolis in I think 2022 to the NCAA Regional Rules convention that they have every year, and so as a part of our kind of APR workshop and trying to show the NCAA that we're serious about cleaning up the APR issues, and I asked a question to one of the individuals that work with the NCAA in that area. And I said, well, what happens when there's head coaching turnover, right? You have a lot of, coach gets fired before the season's over. Obviously, you got guys that got to finish the semester out. And a lot of times that's when guys drop the ball, when there's a coaching change. Their answer was, well, that's up to the AD. The AD's got to have a plan for that. And I said, okay, well, what if there's an AD change? Because when I took the job at FAM, Dr. Eason had just gotten hired. So you had a new head coach, a new AD. And so I said, well, what happens when there's an AD change? They said, well, that's the president's job. And I said, well, okay, well, Dr. Robinson had just gotten hired as the full-time president when I got hired at FAM. So we had a new head coach, new AD, new president all at the same time. And that was their approach. So because of that, they're telling you that it has to be a collaborative effort. It ain't just the football coach. It ain't just the academic department. It's everybody at the university's responsibility to make sure that your APR is what it needs to be, that you're giving the student athletes the resources that they need, that you have a robust plan that everybody can follow. That's from the provost and the programming that they have. I don't make any excuses. People know me. I don't make excuses about anything. We get beat, we just get beat. FAMU is not an easy school. It's a very, very difficult school to get into, one of the lowest acceptance rates in the United States, particularly at the HBCU level. I think maybe first or second as far as acceptance rates. And there aren't any kind of cupcake majors. Like there's no programs you can just throw a student athlete in to kind of push them by that most major schools have. Like we don't really have an interdisciplinary studies program or a liberal arts program that you can just throw a guy in that's coming from JUCO or coming from or transferring in. So they're trying to come in and trying to go into business. They're trying to come in and go into, architecture and all these real majors. and they aren't easy. So you have to have a plan to increase the amount of tutoring, to increase the amount of academic counselors and learning specialists and all those different things that a lot of the bigger programs or the resource programs have that don't have these issues. And so until the infrastructure kind of gets that stuff together, it's going to be a struggle. Like, it's going to be a struggle for anybody. And Quinn, and I love Quinn, and I'm pulling for Quinn 100%. But if Quinn is his whole staff is out every day checking classes, guess what he ain't doing? He ain't watching film. He ain't game planning. And you've been on that campus.
Yeah.
The highest of 7 hills. So guess how many golf carts we had in the football facility? 0.
Oh,
no.
So
you think that I'm going to get out here and walk this hilly campus to check classes all the way? Man, you crazy. We're not doing that.
Wow.
Like, so again, people that say, oh, well, it's the coach's responsibility. Yes, it is. Part of my responsibility as a head coach is to make sure that we create an environment and a culture where our guys understand the value of going to class and doing things the right way. And I told them, I graduated college in 3 years. 3 years, I was done. My mother was an educator for 27 years. Like, we know all about education. So it's not like we're just there saying, oh, don't the hell with class, don't go to class. Like, no, we every day go to class, academic meetings, check-ins, all those things. But guys are going to slip through the cracks if you don't have a system where you can check them throughout the day, checking their classes with people who can class check, having mentors and tutors and people like that they can check in with throughout the day to help them do their work. So not do the work for them, but help them, right? Because FAMU's, again, you're not a top 100 public school if you're an easy school. Mm-hmm. It's a really, really tough school. And so there has to be a comprehensive effort by everybody involved, from the president, the provost, the deans, the coaching staff, the academic support staff, the compliance staff, everybody, to say, how do we fix this problem? How do we resource it to make sure that, that we don't keep finding ourselves in this situation? I was on probation our second year.
Wow, I didn't know that.
In 2019, we were the MEAC champs in 2019. We could not play for the championship because we were on probation. So this isn't a one-time thing. This has been going on from 2012 all the way through. So it's a systematic issue that Florida A&M has to fix. They have the people in place, the smart people in place that can get it done. You just got to get everybody at the table, put their heads together, and figure out what needs to be done to make it happen.
Right. So you have this. You showed me. See, Streeter, he showed me this quarterback in the that he has. He showed me a picture of him standing next to the quarterback. And coach ain't no short dude. Quarterback this tall right here. I mean, this dude is 6. What is it, like 6'7", 6'9"?
He's somewhere between. I think we're underselling him by saying he's 6'7". Like he's over 6'7". I'll just put it that way. I don't know if he's 6'8", 6'9". He grew from the first time we saw him a year ago to now. So I'm telling you, man. I mean, he is a tree, like literally a tree. I mean, he is every bit of 6'7" plus. So he can see up everybody.
I know your guy lights out went somewhere else. So I mean, talk about what you expect from this. I mean, y'all gave him a name. Did y'all call, is he a Green Mile or 6'9"? I know he got to have a nickname. You know, anybody come down here got to have a nickname. The kids gonna get what? I know you got to have a nickname, but I mean, talk about what you expecting out of this guy. If he is the projected starter.
Yeah, he is. I mean, obviously, I think today's era, when you're bringing in transfer quarterbacks and you're having to pay them, like, it's a competition, but it's not. Like, your job is to come in and be the guy. It's like my man paid Mensa to come in and compete for the starting job. Like, he's the guy. So JJ,
told me he was in there competing with the guy from Orlando.
He ain't no competition.
he competing in dominoes probably, but he ain't competing in football. But no, JJ, man, he's a coach's kid, smart kid, really student of the game. He has the temperament that you want in a quarterback. So we're really excited about what he can bring to the table. Different dynamic than what we had last year with Lights. Lights was more of a dual threat, improvise, make things happen when the play breaks down type of quarterback, where JJ is more of your traditional pro-style pocket guy. Going to try to dissect the defense, get the ball out of his hands, checks at the line of scrimmage. So it will allow us to be a little bit more pro style in how we kind of devise our offensive scheme than what we were in the past. Both can win, both with assets or will be, but I think what we're building around JJ with the personnel, his skill set, what he does will allow us to be a little bit more flexible in how we present formations and personnel groupings to the defense.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. You faced Shador when you was at FAMU, right?
Twice.
You faced him twice. Shador, we all saw what happened to him in the draft last year. He failed in the draft, and then he was like third, fourth on the depth chart. People was questioning him as a quarterback. When you watched him on film before you faced him, because you faced him twice, at that time, what did you see? Did he look like an NFL prospect to you, or did he just get better? Like, what did y'all see?
Well, we played him his freshman year.
Okay.
So his first start was against us in the Orange Blossom. So it rained, low scoring game, I think 7-6. So he was a true freshman. So we didn't really know what we were getting. He didn't get to go through the spring with them. Okay. The next year, after he played the entire season, we knew that he was a very accurate quarterback, had a very savvy, sneaky runner. He ain't his dad, but he can pull it down and run it when things break down. And we had just come out the game against Carolina where, we opened the season with Drake May. So it was like, Drake May carved us up, threw for about 500. And then we rolled down to Miami for the next week against Shador. And I think the Joker went 15-15 out the gate. Like,
I think I was there.
Bro, it was brutal. I mean, I ain't won one like that ever as a coach. I mean, it was bloodshed. Him, Travis Hunter. I mean, Prime had that thing rolling, man. So, but no, I've always had a ton of respect for Shador and just his approach to the game. How he carries himself, that bravado that you got to have as a quarterback. And we all know the elephant in the room. If he didn't have melanin in his skin, he'd be the most confident quarterback ever. Right. But because he's the son of Prime and because he wears a gold chain and all these other things, is viewed upon as something else. Right. But the kid is ultra talented. I mean, he's won at every level. He's performed at every level. Dominated high school, came to the SWAC, dominated the SWAC, went to Big 10, Big 12, dominated the Big 12, and now last year played solid as a rookie. You know what I mean? So again, the kid has what it takes. I think in the right setting, in the right environment, he's a winner, and you can't take that away from him. So he's going to be hated on because of what his last name is and how he carries himself. But if I had a chance to coach Shador Sanders, I'd definitely take it.
Oh, Coach, I got one more, Luke. Coach, tell me this, because I've been wanting to ask the head coach this. You said you just got 48 new players in, right? 48 new players in. The last 5 years, college football has drastically changed. Like, they added money. They start letting kids get up and walk away. Your roster be totally different every year. As a head coach, where your staff is looking for answers, how did you evolve into? Like, did y'all have to send you out to more classes or something? How did you evolve into a guy that's able to manage this? Because it just landed on you guys. What did you have to do? How hard was it?
Well, I think it's like anything else in life. You either adapt with times or you die. I mean, I use the analogy all the time. You couldn't have told me 15 years ago that there would be no Blockbuster Video.
Right.
Like you couldn't tell me that. You couldn't tell me 10, 12 years ago that there would be no Toys R Us. Like, there's not a Toys R Us so I can take my kids to buy. Like, you couldn't have told me these things 10, 15 years ago just because they were so entrenched in the market. They were such brand names. I mean, if you thought toy, you thought Toys R Us. If you thought, rent a movie, you thought Blockbuster. There was no other way to rent a movie other than to go to Blockbuster. And when these little small pop-up things start happening, the CEOs of Blockbuster and Toys R Us were comfortable. They were, hey, we got the market. We don't need to change this thing. And in short time, they're non-existent, like not downside. They're done. So I think coaching is the same thing. If you're that old school coach that doesn't like the transfer portal, doesn't like NIL, you're not going to be here long. I'm just going to tell you, because those things are not going anywhere. So you better get on board with it. You better embrace it. You better figure out how to carve out your own niche in this climate. And so for us, we know if, when Luke was coaching last year, and we got one of Luke's players here now, if Juice Sterling Joseph comes here this season and runs for 1,200, guess what? Sterling Joseph will not be at FIU next year. Like, we know that. So why get mad at that? Like, you better coach him while you got him. And if he goes off and makes a bunch of money at a Power 4 school, we've done our job. Like, that's a win for us because now we can go to Luke or the next high school coach and say, hey, look what we did with Juice. So your player who right now may not be getting the offers from the Power 4 schools, big schools, come here, get on the field early, get developed. We're going to put him in position to be successful. And you're going to do that and go get the bag. Like, we have to change our recruiting model. We're probably not going to have kids here for 4 or 5 years. If we do, they're probably not playing very much for us. If we got kids that are going to play for us, they're going to leave at some point. So you better embrace it, love them while you can love them, coach them while you can coach them. Our job is to develop them. I feel the same way about sending the kid to Power 4 as I do to sending them to the National Football League. He better be prepared when he gets there. Like, that's all I look for. When you go up to the National Football League, they better say you know football. They better say you know how to compete. They better say you know how to overcome adversity. Same thing. My kid goes across the street, the goes up the road to Gainesville, goes up to my alma mater, Clemson. Those coaches better see me and call me and say, Coach, man, I tell you what, that dude knows how to work. He knows ball, and he's helping us win. Then we've done our job. Like,
Right.
that to me, that's the way to see it. So you still got coaches who are fighting this thing, fighting this machine. It ain't going anywhere. I'm telling you, the transfer portal ain't going anywhere. NIL ain't going anywhere. So get on board with it or get left behind.
Man, I think if FIU game experience is probably the most quietest kept experience you could have ever imagined. I mean, that parking lot street, I don't know if you ever went to one of them games. The parking lot been jumping for years. I didn't go last year. I'm pretty sure the parking lot's still jumping. Mm-hmm. The tailgate party out there is unlike any other tailgate party. I know Miami has some good tailgate parties, but that thing out there, they have DJ, is like it's a big ass party.
So, they be lit out there.
What lit ain't the word? So let me ask you. I know y'all numbers went up in attendance last year. How do you get those people out of the parking lot into the stadium? And number two, I mean, outside of any school here, FIU is the most involved college in the community, more than Miami, more than any other school here. They're more involved. I mean, it's not a time that you don't see a FIU bus at a high school or the FIU bus doing, dual enrollment at the 2 different campuses. I'm pretty sure FIU got to be in numbers. They got to be one of the largest schools in Florida.
Yeah.
When it comes to numbers, how do we get those people in this nice, beautiful stadium?
Yeah, that's the challenge. One, you're absolutely right. FIU is the public school of South Florida, right? That's why it was built. Miami's everyone at UN's private, so this school was built to serve as the public school south of I-4. If you want to go to college south of I-4, you come to FIU. Like, we're the second biggest school in the state, over 55,000 students. 3 campuses. And like you said, we do a lot of our recruitment here in South Florida, even down into the Caribbean. So we've been a staple in the community for a very, very long time. The challenge has been we've only had football now for 24 years. This will be our 24th season of playing college football. So the school opened in 72. So from 72 to 2002, if you went to FIU, you'd have a football team to root for. So you kind of became a pseudo fan just by default. This was the school you had to root for. So you have a ton of people with FIU degrees plastered all around their house and their offices and all those things that send money down to Coral Gables. so we gotta change that. But it's also a huge Hispanic serving community just because of where we are in the demographic. So football is not the first love or passion for a lot of people here at FIU. And so we have to continue to go out and, spread what we're doing on the field, what we're doing out in the community. We got to involve the student body more. And our president is committed to doing that. I'll tip my hat to Jeanette. She's really come in, guns are blazing, really challenging the students, really getting the fraternities and sororities back out to the tailgates, lifted a lot of the restraints that we had as far as tailgating with the drinking and and the certain aspects of tailgating that was prevented for a long time, bringing all those back. And so I think the more we continue to just tell people it's a party, like this is a party. We party here at FIU. Come out here and have a good party in the parking lot. And then, like you said, bring that party into the stadium and watch us go out here and win games. So it's getting better. We still obviously got some work to do. But again, I think it's just a matter of changing the culture. And again, when you're 22 years old, you don't have a lot of that culture of strong football that other programs have that allows us to sell ourselves the way, some programs get to do.
Coach sitting on some stuff down there, man. Coach got Sterling Joseph, your running back, who led Dade County. But he also got Jaden Ford, the central little running back. Jaden Ford.
Oh my God, you got
the fourth running back.
That's a human highlight.
Hey, but listen, but also, I don't know if you know this, he got a kid that came out of South Florida named G7. I don't know if they
hold on, G7 down there?
G7 yes. G7 I starting corner.
Oh man! No!
G7 was one of the most exciting kids offensively coming out of Dade County, offense and defense. So if I was you, I'd try him that punt return or something. I'm just saying.
I told him, I made a deal with him. I said, if you get an interception, I'll give you an offensive package. You got to get your hand on the ball on defense. Once you do that,
he ain't lying, Coach. I don't know what Arizona did with him. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't lying, Coach. The kid was one of the most exciting kids when he was in high school down here.
Listen,
I went viral with him a few times.
He was so exciting. I went to his house.
Yeah.
Down south. And talked to his mama and the daddy. And sat up there on the curb. It was like,
I'm looking at this roster. I'm like, wait a minute. These crazy games might be late.
I was trying to get it. That is a human highlight film.
He is.
Coach. He got some ball players over there.
Now we got we have the top three. Well, the top two rushers in Dade County the last 2 years in Sterling, and then Justin Compier, who came over that we just signed in this past class. So between Justin, Moot, Sterling, I think we got probably three of the top four running backs coming out of Dade County over the last couple of years.
That's some speed. That's some speed, Coach.
And Coach be dialing up for real. Let me my last question. So you don't see most, I look at Lastly, I look at Braun, head coach, calling plays. Talk about how difficult that is. You're running a team, you're calling the plays, you're watching defense, watching offense, special teams, you got something going on the sideline. If you could, because and then a lot of people say, oh, well, they want the head coach not to call plays, but you do an excellent job in it. And I always, not just because you own it, I've always had a major appreciation for your offense and how you dial things up and how you, like you said, you put players in a position to make plays and make the team better. What's that mindset and going into the actual game of how you manage an entire team by being a play caller?
Well, I'll give kind of my thought process on it, and I use an analogy that you probably can relate to. One, I think you got to have really good people around you. You got to have a defensive coordinator that you trust. You got to have a special teams coordinator that you trust, because obviously I can't spend as much of my time on that side of the ball. I can't really during the day go and sit in with the defensive staff, or I try my best. We do special teams meetings right after staff meetings, so I'll sit in on those real quickly. But I don't get to spend a lot of time, especially during practice, on the defensive end. All my attention and focus is on the offensive side of the ball because, obviously that's what I'm calling the game. I do have an offensive coordinator that runs practices basically and calls all the plays in practice. And
Coach don't win out on us again.
Coach don't win out on us.
I see him. I can see. Oh well, that's behind a little bit. Coach got some stuff down there, Luke.
Coach got some guys.
He do.
Pierre, it's all your fault. Pierre is the engineer here, ladies and gentlemen. Pierre Rutledge. And it's his fault that people go in and out around here. I tried to get my last. No, Coach got some guys. You looked at the roster, huh?
Yeah. Coach got some guys down there. Coach gearing up to go fast. Why was he able, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but the key to it is that you heard was use the personnel in the proper position. Use what you got. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach. There we go, Coach. Yeah, there we go, Coach back.
Yeah, so I'll finish it up. But like I said, you just gotta have good people around. So I'll relate to kind of what you kind of made world renowned in the music industry. It's kind of like producing and writing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you, if you came up as a big time rapper and you know how to put words together and all those things, then all of a sudden you say, okay, well, I want to produce my own music. Then you learn how to do that. Well, you could do both. Like, you know how to do, you ain't gonna give up rapping because that's how you made a name for yourself. But now you learn how to produce as well. And so you become that Luther Campbell, that Kanye West, that type of person that can do both, whether you're an actor and a movie producer or a performer and a producer. So it's kind of the same thing. You don't give up one to be the other. Like I cut my teeth as a play caller. I became known as a prolific play caller. Well, obviously becoming the head coach, I still keep that aspect as a play caller. I just now have to be the producer, and I better make sure I got a really good production team around me to make sure that everything flows smoothly. So, some people give it up when they become a head coach, give up the play calling. I love play calling. I have a passion for it, just designing things and putting guys in position. But for me, I've had to learn how to delegate more and build a team around me that I truly trust to do their job. I'm not a micromanager. I can't be.
Right.
Like, you have to do your job to allow me the chance to do mine. I think that's why we've had success doing it that way.
Yeah, Coach, you had Barack Obama come to your practice. I mean,
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Take my hat off. The man had Barack Obama.
No, I didn't. I didn't do that, Lou. That was April Fool's joke.
Oh,
They got you,
y'all
Luke.
got me.
They
Damn, y'all got me. I'm sitting up there. Hold on, that was gonna be my last and final. I'm like, okay, all right.
Got you.
Look,
man, hold on. How did you feel with
They got you, man. They got you.
Now you can make it happen. You can make the call to make it happen. We actually need him to come down here, so we know you can get it done.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hey, I gotta send. I gotta send my man the picture because oh Lord, I'm sitting up there like, hold on, man. Out there. I'm retweeting. Hell yeah, congratulations, Coach. And y'all got me on the joke. I can't believe this, man.
Coach, you ran the 5K this weekend?
I did.
You did? I was in the Marines. We ran 3 miles all the time, and I never got used to that. How did that go for you?
I tell you what, so I try to get about 3 miles in a day. Now I didn't run on. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I didn't know I ran it that fast. Like, when I got done with it, I looked down at my watch. It was record time. I hadn't run 3 miles that fast probably since college. So I paid for it later on. Trust and believe, I paid for it all day Saturday and Sunday. I ain't move an inch. So I took Sunday off and got back at it today. That's probably why I'm sweating, because I just got done working out. But no, I mean, it was a good cause. 2 of my classmates, schoolmates are attorneys. Darryl Lee and Charles G. up in the Orlando area and Tallahassee area, and they put it on in Gadsden County. And of course, Luke can tell you, ain't a lot of good things going on in Gadsden County. So whenever you have people that can do something positive, I want to definitely support. So shout out to G and Lee, attorneys at law, for doing a really good thing in our hometown.
That's what's up, man. FIU football. You ain't know I had that. You ain't know I had that clip. Look at the stands. The stands pulled up. We got people in the stands. We're at the stadium. Them boys out there balling, hitting, picking. They bouncing around. Hey, man. Hey, Coach, we're looking forward to a good year. I'm going to be definitely out there hanging out with y'all this year. I got plenty of time on my hands, so I'm definitely going to be out there checking you guys out. And good luck on the season. And make sure you know, anytime you want to come on here and talk about it, this is definitely your home. No
doubt, man. I appreciate it, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'll see you over at the shop later on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. That's Coach Willie Simmons, FIU football, baby. Hey, let me tell you. I'm telling you, Streeter.
What up?
that parking lot, if they released the restrictions or whatever it was before that parking lot, that's like the biggest cocktail party you could ever imagine. The DJs pumping all kind of music out there. I mean, they got a grown folks section in there. It's almost like what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Jazz in the Gardens. You know how you had the section over there with the hood at, and you had the regular people over there. It's just a big party. And I always
before the games?
Yeah. And I always been like, why the game going on too? Now I always said, hey, look, y'all gotta cut the music off. You gotta cut the music off. Make them say, hey, cut this music off. I'm not going to the stadium and turn the stadium into the party. But no, man, it's something else. Now they got some exciting players you just mentioned.
Yeah. He was able to capture some of this South Florida, this talent that we always wondered, like, why does the talent skip FIU? Like, they should be getting some of them. No, he got some real South Florida talent down there.
Yeah, some dudes. I mean, hell, shit. Ford, Johnny Ford, brother. Man, we already know that's a human highlight. That's I can see him now. Them other teams, they got to play South Florida. That was Johnny Ford. The brother started out playing there. He was over there with my man, the brother coach over there. No, he was over there with Willie Taggart. I know that boy gonna go up in there with some kind of feeling. The first game up there in South Florida, that's gonna be good. Now, here's something I want your opinion on. NIL, the conversation again.
April 16th, NCAA President Charlie Baker sent a memo to every school in the country after meeting with leaders in Washington. And here's the headline you need to understand right away. The NCAA is no longer waiting for Congress to fix college sports. That should get every parent's attention. Now, here's what's happening behind the scenes. Charlie Baker has been meeting with members of Congress, including leaders like Senator Ted Cruz and Senator Maria Cantwell. They've been working on federal legislation to stabilize college athletics. You may have heard of it. It's called the SCORE Act. The problem is it's stalled. There's no clear timeline. There's no guarantee it's going to get passed. So now the NCAA is moving forward on its own. In his memo, Baker said something that really stands out. He said NCAA membership is not waiting for others to act. That's a direct message. And he also said they are pursuing solutions that are, in his words now, pro-competition and legally defensible. Now, let me translate that for you. They know these rules are going to be challenged. They know there's going to be lawsuits, but they're moving forward anyway because the current system isn't working. So what are they actually changing right now? There are three things you need to pay attention to. First, eligibility rules. There's a proposal to move towards age-based eligibility. That means your child's clock could start at high school graduation or at age 19, and they would have a 5-year window to compete. What does that mean for you? Fewer exceptions, fewer waivers, and less room for mistakes. Second, transfers. The NCAA is cracking down on what they call ghost transfers. It's when a player moves without properly entering the transfer portal. If a school allows that player to compete, the penalties are serious. We're talking about head coach suspension and major fines. That tells you how big of a problem this has become. Third, they are trying to simplify everything. Right now, there have been dozens of lawsuits around eligibility. There were over 1,000 waiver requests this year alone, and courts are starting to get involved in decisions that used to be handled internally. That creates uncertainty for everyone, for schools, coaches, and for families. So let me simplify what's really going on. The NCAA is trying to regain control of college athletics. Right now, the power sits in three places: the transfer portal, NIL money, and the courts. And the NCAA is trying to pull that back before the system gets even more unstable. Now, here's what this means for you as a parent. This is where most...
So you get the gist of it. It's like these rules change every day. You're going to start a clock while a kid is still in high school, give them 5 years. I mean, what's your opinion of this? What you just heard?
What's so unstable about it?
You're starting the clock, regardless of whether the kid is on a college football or whatever team it is. His clock is starting at 19 years old, even if he's still in high school. You got most kids in California, they got a step back program where they're still in high school, 19 years old. Here in the state of Florida, we used to have a 19-9, but if you stay back a year, your senior year is 19 years old. So you're in high school still playing ball, still got another year left, and they're starting the clock. That makes no sense. You know, they're not in a college. So then now a kid is in high school. Lord help him if he get injured in his high school final year. You already started his clock. He got injured, so he can't play another year. Now he got 3 years. I understand that they are trying to not have the same situation that they had this year in the national championship game where they had all these old people playing, but that was because of COVID. It was a COVID year, you know, and they had these leftover COVID. Then you had COVID, then you had medical red shirts, and then that they granted COVID, medical red shirts, and on top of that, red shirts. And now kid is not, you know, he's not 22 graduating, he's 25. You know, that is what the coach from Indiana created and put together. Now, do other people have a lot of guys? I mean, what the hell? This linebacker from the University of Miami, how old is he? He's a senior citizen, right?
Mm-hmm. Both of them. Both of them. One 6. I think Chase Smith 6 years, and I think Torrey 8.
8 years.
8. Let's see, an 8-year senior. Yeah, 8-year grad senior.
So,
hey, listen, there's a lot of college players wish they could have played 8 years.
It's a lot of people wish they and still get NIL money. So they try. We understand that they ain't trying to go to the league, and you had a league spokesperson from a team said, "Hey man, in the league now we getting all these old players. That's not marketable for us." So right. The league is now having an issue with getting a guy 28, but they didn't have an issue when they got that quarterback when he was 28. Remember the quarterback back in the days? What his name is?
Winky Wright. Winky
Wright.
Yeah. It's been a few of them. Again, all of a sudden, when the money start flowing, then now it becomes questions. What you heard him say earlier, which I've been saying a lot. Nick Saban and others and the people and the powers that be in the NCAA have been talking to congressmen and women to try and push legislation. And I told y'all this a long time ago, maybe 6 months ago, when I saw it happening, because things don't happen right now. They put them in play. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm running for Congress, to be able to be in that room when they try to deprive these young people of their opportunity to make an NIL money. And it's only just coaches running up there and NCAA executives running up there trying to stop these young people from making their NIL money, which is just due for their name, image, and likeness. But I'm going back to this 5 to play 5. Mm-hmm. They did not mention we're gonna get rid of the red shirt, but your clock will start. They did not mention if you go to JUCO. So what happens? They're gonna push most of them kids back to JUCO, but that eliminates the JUCO, because what happens now? Last year, kid went to court, said these JUCO years shouldn't be charged against me, going Power 5 football, Power 4 football, D1 ball. They didn't charge those years to the kid, so he had 2 extra years. These folks are trying to eliminate that part of it now.
oh, we're going to start your clock at 19 years old, regardless of whether you go to JUCO or not. If you're in high school, that's when your clock starts. That's bad, Streeter.
Yeah, it is.
That's bad.
It is.
For more reasons than one. That's like really stupid.
No, they are working against, and they're working against Miami too. Today, Ty Simpson came out and said Miami offered him $6.5 million to stay, and he thought about staying in college. But he consulted with Nick Saban and decided not to, Luke. You're a smart man, Luke. Yeah, that came out today. He said Miami offered him $6.5 million. He consulted with Nick Saban. Once again, they go to Nick Saban name again, and he decided not to. He has to go 35. He has to go almost first round to get $6.5 million.
Ty Simpson, let me explain to you something, and all you young people and your parents. Look at me. Look at me right here in this camera. Look at me right in the camera right now. We have been telling you for the longest. Nick Saban is trying to prevent you and your kids from reaping the benefits off of your name, image, and likeness. He has been caping for the NCAA. I've been telling you this. What part of this? Yo, get off the video games. Get off the video games. Get off the love and hip hop. Get off of all that, parents, and pay attention to the show, because we're telling you. So you went and consulted with the Antichrist. Really?
The Antichrist. That's his coach.
You wanted some healing. You wanted some good advice from God, and you went and you consulted with the Antichrist, the guy who's running around trying to stop you from making money off your name, image, and likeness, send you to the NFL. You don't give a rat's ass about you. Are you serious? You telling me that this man consulted with Nick Saban?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He said
that makes no sense. That means you and your parents are not following what the hell is going on in America when it comes to college football. If you'd have came to anybody else, me or anybody else, I'd have told you, take your ass to college. Stay in college, bro. NFL, this shit ain't promised to you. First round draft pick ain't promised to you. Them people get it wrong all the time. Nick Saban is trying to make a point that people like you, son, don't deserve to get paid that type of money. You need to go to the league. It's, my God, I hate to see that happen. Now you done ran up in the, I hate to see that.
No, I think it's all, I think it all to me sounds flaky. I consulted with Nick Saban. Whoa, wait a minute. Like, whoever tells people who they consulted with.
Remind me of what position he plays.
The quarterback from Alabama.
So we wanted him. Oh, no, we never wanted him.
We won before. Yeah, this is the second time telling this story.
Did we want him
before? When we were in the playoffs, I heard he was on the board. Like, he hadn't declared for the draft. This is his second time saying this. He said it before.
He just trying to build his stuff up. We didn't.
But why is he mentioning Nick Saban?
Because
and why are they mentioning Miami? I just think it's all a conspiracy. I think it's all
Miami. Everything about Miami. You mention Miami, it's almost like you get some credibility. If he said, Ohio State wanted to pay me $6.5 million, anybody give a shit about Ohio State? Nobody cares about Ohio State. When you say Miami wanted to give me $6 million, then everybody, that's believable. If you said LSU wanted to give you $6 million, you know Lane Kiffin is going to get on the thing and say, I want to give you nothing. Lane Kiffin was dragging Carson back the whole year. So it's only certain coaches and programs you can get away with saying that. And obviously Miami is one of them.
I think it's all Gucci Man dry snitching, though. I do. I think it's all dry snitching. They keep bringing up. You don't hear anybody else offers.
Why you got Gucci Man in this?
Gucci Man made a diss track. He was dry snitching in the diss track. He was telling everything. I mean, God bless him, but yeah, I mean, It's the same thing. I think it's just telling. I think
Gucci Man?
Gucci Man.
So what you trying to say? Gucci Man's a snitch?
I think it's past that point. They tried to rob Gucci Man, and Gucci Man just told everything. Then he made a song about it. I think the word snitch need to just go away. I just think we law-abiding citizens at this point.
That ain't the code of that. The snitching code is over.
This
new generation. It ain't no more such thing as this new generation. I think it's just they get glorified for being a rat.
Yeah, I think we just all civilians. Now, I remember my homeboy told me a long time ago, man, these dudes snitching cool now.
Yeah, if you ain't snitching, you ain't popping, I guess. That's why I'm glad I'm old. Y'all call me old, I'm so glad that I'm old, that I lived in a time where I got to see the greatest basketball player ever played, which is LeBron James, and I had to fight with my son because, Michael Jordan. I had to fight with my son when he talked about LeBron James and all that. I'm glad I saw Muhammad Ali. I saw real boxing. Y'all getting jacked up. They on ESPN getting jacked up for MMA. They're literally interviewing people who are getting ready to do fake wrestling. This generation, y'all got it. Y'all eliminated real boxing, hit you in the mouth, knock you out for not MMA, but for WWE. I mean, WWE.
I got a question for you. You've dealt in business on a lot of different levels, corporate. You've dealt with a lot of different things. We know your history. LeBron James took the floor the other night with his son Bronny in a playoff NBA game. From everything you fought for in the past, how difficult that had to be for LeBron to do, and how do you view that from somebody who's always just been fighting for rights of people? Like how do you experience that?
That's Bronny is a very good player.
Mm-hmm.
If Bronny wasn't LeBron James' son,
mm-hmm.
Bronny would be a very decent, mm-hmm. up and coming NBA player, just like Bryce. But unfortunately, when you're a celebrity son,
mm-hmm.
you get heavily criticized.
Right.
And a lot of people, a lot of coaches don't want to be, I'm putting his son out there because that's LeBron James. I'm going to make it hard for Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to make it hard for these top-of-the-line athletes. So the kids, no fault of their own, get the brunt of just bad people. They get the brunt of bad people, bad coaches who cannot separate, who worrying about what everybody else is saying if they start or if they draft Shedeur or if they draft Bronny, or if they put Bronny on the floor. Bronny is out there because his daddy and all these different things like that. No, Bronny is out there because he can play. You know what I'm saying? But Bronny gets the raft of it all. All celebrity sons get that. We all have it. I mean, unfortunately, we all get it in some shape, form, or fashion. I get it too. And there's nothing we could do about it. We're hurt and we feel sorry for our kids, but there's nothing we can do about it. We have to weather the storm because it's the good and the bad. It's the same thing. I have to talk to my son all the time about it. Hey, there's gonna be situations where people gonna respect you for your game, and they're not gonna judge. They're not gonna deprive you from playing because of your daddy. They'll just respect you. So a lot of parents, celebrity parents, go for that. Go through this. It's very difficult things. So you see us, we sit on the front row of the basketball court with our kids. You see us, we are in the suites with our kids at the stadium and all this. It's almost like, but then when it comes to the decision of grown-ups, then it becomes, you're playing Bronny because LeBron is on the team. No. this man played because this man put the work in. And every time he goes out there, he shows up. Same thing. Like I tell my son all the time, you're in the same situation as Shador. And look at Shador. Shador never wavered. If there's Shador never wavered in whatever circumstance because Shador know he's good. You know you're good. There's nobody going to take that away from him. So you're in a position where you have to prove it every time you go. Yes, you're going to have to do that, and that's the way of life. Unfortunately, because you're my child, you're going to have to deal with that. So our kids have it a lot more difficult than the average kid. We, like I say, it's a good and the bad. You know, like even me as a grown-up, I can go, I'm going to get in the club. They're going to say, hey, Luke, come on in the club. And, hey, Uncle Luke in the building and all that. They'll bring bottles or whatever it is and everything. You know, I don't drink no more, but you're going to get in the club. But as soon as something happens around your table, you're going to get blamed for it. So that's the curse of it all. Your friends could go knock somebody in the mouth. They came with you. They're going to say, Luke came in the club and he knocked somebody in the mouth. So those are the, it's a give and it's a take. You got to watch where you're at. You got to watch who you put your kids around. Like LeBron. LeBron coached his kids. Prime coached his kids. And I think Prime, you know, people don't realize he coaches. He coached Little League. He coached flag. He coached his kids all the way up through the ranks of baseball and football. And they chose football. But he literally had to be there. He had to do that because I'm pretty sure what they're doing to his son right now in the NFL, they would have did to his son in either high school or park ball or whatever it may be. So it's almost like you don't want even like, this is my child, because it becomes a bad thing when it's your child. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not about the talent. It's just because the coach don't want to feel like that the other people feel like, oh, I'm playing him because this, I'm playing because of that. And unfortunately, that is the situation. That's why I don't talk to no coaches. When it comes to my child, I mean, I've had a couple kids play sports. I don't know because I don't have nothing to say. Now, if it gets real bad, then I'll have a conversation with the coach, but then I don't have nothing to say. I just sit back and I train my child heavily, like no different than Prime, no different than Sheffield, no different than anybody else, get their kid the proper training, put in the work, make sure they love the game, but at the same time, you don't have no control. You don't have no control of these coaches. You don't have any control of them.
So you telling me that Bronny just happened to end up on the Lakers?
The Lakers drafted Bronny.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the Lakers made that. If you looked at that draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody said, well, Bronny was averaging 2 points a game. If you look at that draft, I could guarantee you 50% of them dudes was averaging 2 and 4 points a game in college basketball.
Did you answer my question?
Did he end up happily?
Did he just happen to get drafted by the Lakers by luck?
Yeah, he got drafted by the Lakers.
But was it by design or was it just by? You don't think there was a conversation had behind closed doors?
I don't know.
I look at it like this.
Okay,
I look at it like, because I understand exactly what you're saying.
How many other guys before Bronny is playing better than Bronny right now? Go to your chat.
Bronny brawling, G League and NBA. He looks pretty good out.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So if you're trying to insinuate that Bronny got drafted because his daddy is on the Lakers and they cut some backroom deal and the daddy said, you better take my son or y'all I'm on leave here or whatever. No, Bronny is good.
I look at it like this. To me, it doesn't matter.
In NBA,
either way it happened, right? Whether it's what you're saying, right? Or whether it's LeBron saying, hey, listen, and negotiating and getting in the room with these people and able to have that power, right? To even suggest that, to me, is amazing in itself from a business standpoint. Because we've seen great players have zero power, right? When it comes to picking a team or even to have that leverage. I think it's all amazing to me. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Bronny can't play. What I'm saying is for his dad to be able to have that power and have that business acumen for them to walk in there and be able to say, hey, XYZ, and it happens on that level is just as amazing to me, if you ask me.
But the way it is amazing. And unfortunately, the way it's going down with the Shadors and everybody else of the world, you damn near got to do that, to be honest with you.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Prime had to sit there,
you're a celebrity,
powerless, and watch his son drop in the draft. Right. And we're talking about the other side of the coin now. LeBron and his crew, because I've heard that they some sharks when it comes to negotiating. I've heard they are some sharks. I think it's amazing either way, bro. I think it's amazing either way. Either way it happened, I think it's pretty amazing. That
Look,
so you can
the way this shit is going down, the way it's going down right now with celebrity kids, social media, and how they're being treated. If you do that, that's fine, because there's no reason in the world for these kids to be treated the way that they're treated. Right. I mean, like right now, prime time, everybody they had every kind of story. There ain't nobody want to draft Prime's son because they know Prime is going to take their job and all that, and he's been coaching his kids forever. But they ain't never said that about Eli or Archie or anybody like that. But I guess they weren't coaching. But again, here's the thing. Like right now, I want Prime to go to the NFL, and I want him to coach his son. Before, I wouldn't have said that. I want him to go to the NFL and coach his son and light their ass up. It's just that simple. I really want. But they all get put under that scrutiny. I guarantee you, Mario Cristobal's son, he plays basketball good. They'll get up under that scrutiny. But again, it's a lot of that going on these days, and so it makes it more. It makes it. Before I was saying, nah, man, don't coach. Mookie Betts, the Mookie Betts story, perfect example. Mookie Betts story. Since we started off talking about baseball on this show, Mookie Betts' mother tells a story that they wouldn't let Mookie Betts on the team. He went from one team to the next team. They wouldn't let him on the team. They wouldn't let him play. He was playing with all these Hispanics. They wouldn't let him play. So the mama did what? She started her own team. She literally started her own little league travel ball team and took the team around and played everybody. Her son played on the team, and they beat everybody. And Mookie Betts on the team, him and maybe other kid on the team end up in the major leagues. And he did not come from a situation where his dad was a celebrity. I mean, he come from a situation of being deprived the opportunity to play in baseball because baseball is now blackballing black kids. I said it, and that's what they're doing. So again, you're black, you're being scrutinized the same way Primetime Son is being scrutinized, added on to top of it, add the celebrity part of it. Then now you really got a problem.
Trump,
it's all because the street is all because of integration. I'm always going to go back to that. Segregation, integration, you name it. Once we start taking on these other people's way of life, then what ended up happening is the dollar weakens in the black community, businesses weaken, we go backwards other than forward, because we were at a great place in the 70s and in the 60s and the 80s. It started going bad. They brought crack into the neighborhoods to kill us off, to give us a whole bunch of crack babies, so that nowadays all these crack baby parents got to put their kids on some type of medication to deal with that. And it's crazy. I mean, the way they do the black community and the way they do us, and the way they try and put their feet on the necks of us is really, really amazing. That some of us come out of this sane, like me and you and others. It's amazing that we could come out of it because there are so many obstacles in the way to prevent us from just living to 35 and 45 and 65.
Yeah. I think it creates some resilience though. Like once you get somewhere, you've been through something and you fought through something and so you can deal with adversity.
Yeah. We literally pull ourselves from the bootstrap. And what people don't realize that, and that's why, I mean, they got us in the brains. They got us thinking that what's sexy is the craziness that you see on TV, and everybody want to be like that. They got us with, I mean, hell, they just try and keep us sleeping. And so again,
they've been doing a good job. They've been doing a good job, Luke. They've been doing a good job.
Who that?
Keeping us sleeping. They don't know what kind of magic potion they got. It was in the pizza on Thursdays at elementary school. They put it in the pizza.
Shit, they need an Academy Award for this. They need an Academy Award for this. They need an Academy Award for what they doing to black people. And God, they got us hoodwinked, bamboozled, and all confused around here. We confused. Man. We want to get mad with each other when we ain't even got no reason to get mad with each other. And that's where all the snitching came. They say, hold on, we can't keep up with enough of y'all. We're going to make snitching. We're going to glorify snitching and glorify the snitchers. That's what they did. Everything is not, it's okay. Hey, we're going to put the dude who with all the tattoos on his face, we're going to put him on and say, oh, he's a great guy. We're glorifying married. We're glorifying adultery.
Adultery. Side chicks getting pregnant.
We are glorifying adultery. We're like cheering adultery on like a mother. Back in the 60s, what? Oh no, you gotta wear a red dress. Oh no, you better keep your family. You a divorcee? What?
No,
no divorcee can't even come into church. Oh, you slept with a married man? Oh no. We know who you are. Your name was on the blacklist. You got blackballed.
How did the rapper go from the drug dealer to the drug user
and the snitcher?
Like how did that happen? How our rappers were drug dealers. Somehow they made it cool to be the actual user.
Streeter, you know about this internet better than I do. You know that this internet is controlled by them. That the bots and all that, when this internet and this social media push a certain person, then it's coming through. It's in the algorithm. How does a snitch get in the algorithm? You know that. You know they control all this streeter. That's how. So we sit up and we subscribe. We subscribe to X when Elon Musk then told you a million times he hate black people. He's even suing some black people, right?
Yeah, he's contesting in Colorado that his AI should be able to discriminate against blacks.
Thank you. And we on X. So can you say that again for the people in the back what Elon Musk is doing? Can you say it one more time?
He has a lawsuit in Colorado. He's trying to say that his AI should be able to discriminate against blacks.
Now, if that don't make you delete X, what does?
How many followers you got over there?
89. Hey, listen.
No, you got more than that.
Streeter, this is how screwed up X is. I've had 89,000 followers for the last 5 years. According to X, I have not gained one more follower in 5 years. I've had 89,000 followers in 5 years. Now, you tell me something ain't wrong with that. You tell me the man ain't controlling that.
You got 98. So you saying you've been stuck at 98 for
98.
5 years? You done been viral numerous times.
No. I was 89. I was at 89 for a long time, so I gained 10,000. And
you done been viral numerous times.
Been viral? Shit, hell, I've had 500,000 people look at a come on, man. We're gonna go viral today. So 500,000 found a post that I made on X, and I couldn't translate any of them to follow me. They just looked at the post and kept on moving. Really. I go file for a TikTok account, ain't even verified, don't even know how to verify, and I got damn near 200,000. And I just fired up that account. Any account that I open up, I'm automatically over 100,000.
Not X.
Make it make sense. X is, I go over there. Listen, I go over there, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep that account. So one thing Trump did is jumped up out of there and created his own social media. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing: create my own social media and just hang out over there with my own social media. X is a place where there's a bunch of devils at. It's ran by the devil, and it's a bunch of devils over there. I shouldn't say that. All y'all ain't devils on X, but at the end of the day,
that's pretty harsh. That was pretty harsh.
Yeah, it's ran by the devils.
That's pretty harsh.
In my opinion, it's ran by the devil. If the owner of X is suing black people, what he's not the Antichrist? This man, daddy, allegedly one of the people who had Nelson Mandela locked up in jail.
Wow.
This man just came
go read that.
This man did the Heil Hitler salute and said, "Oh, I didn't do that." But y'all I won't buy no electric car. I will not buy no Elon Musk car under no circumstances. No. I mean, it's amazing, man. The stuff that we go to, even just going through his whole situation, it is amazing of what we do and what we stand for. Only time we get excited is when some cop kills some unarmed black person. Then we get all excited, and that gives us a reason to run out in the streets and protest and all those different things. And some of us take it upon ourselves and use that opportunity to do some looting. But anytime other than that, we'll sleep at the wheel. You just told me about a parent sleep at the wheel, asking Nick Saban, should he take $6 million or not? That's the most ludicrous thing I've heard today. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear some more things. We talk about Black Wall Street and about us being together and how far we've moved from our traditional values to where we're at right now. Come on, man. It's all in the cards. I mean, we shouldn't have to sit here and worry about somebody else doing something for us. I mean, how many black people sit in the media room with you at the University of Miami?
On a consistent basis? Two other guys?
Two. Out of how many people?
Maybe 15.
Look at those numbers. That's covering media. Something that we don't feel that we need to be a part of. That's why when I used to do the column in the Miami New Times, I did it for a reason. I did it for free because I felt like we need to be a part of the media. We need to be speaking our truth in this newspaper here. And so I had a very, very popular column. I decided to stop doing it because I got tired of doing it, but it was very powerful column, probably arguably one of the most powerful columns that they had in that newspaper, because I know that media is the main artery of this country. Law, media, and Hollywood. And so what you're doing is very, very important. That's why you get the heat that you get. because you don't supposed to be in media. You don't supposed to understand that aspect because through media is what they use and they create propaganda. They want to tell the story that they want to tell by the person that they want to, by the person they use to tell it. Because if somebody don't look like us, say that Streeter did this and Streeter did that, everybody in our race is going to believe it. Because this white guy said Streeter did this and Streeter did that. And be on the lookout for Streeter. They'll throw in allegedly did that. But then how they finish it off, come on, man. It's amazing.
No, you're right.
Hey, so what's next on the horizon for you, Streeter? Where we going at? What we doing?
Well, I mean, that's it for what's in that football season. So now it's just the villains, man, and spring football, high school football kicking in. Boy, what you about to do, boy? Boy, what you gonna do with your time?
My time is running for Congress. Listen, man. This is a undertaking like no other. It's like, put it like this. It's like starting a new business with a whole bunch of new employees that you got to learn. They got to learn you. And then you got to you got to hire and you got to do some firing because everybody ain't on the same page, and you got to watch what's going on because, in all new businesses, you have folks coming in, they will, they'll rake you across the head before you know it. You're looking in your bank account, you ain't got no money. It's almost like when I tell football players, don't get into the music business unless you have somebody in your family that understands the business because they will have you spending money on things that you don't need to spend money on. And that's the same thing with any new business and the same thing with this campaign. But the campaign is going well. We got a good team of people. We're going to add some more people on. Everybody want to know what we're doing all the time and what we're trying to do. I got a big announcement.
A big one.
In Atlanta, we're going to do a fundraiser with Ludacris and Shaka. Shouts out to Shaka and Ludacris and that whole gang out there in Atlanta. I'm going to release the dates on and the ticket information, which will be a fundraiser for the campaign. In Miami, we're going to have another fundraiser, Formula One weekend. I'm going to announce the artist that's going to be a part of that. We're going to have another fundraiser with Rick Ross. We're doing a fundraiser with him. He's confirmed. Him and his sister, Trick Daddy and Trina, is going to do a fundraiser also. That fundraiser is going to be in Palm Beach. I'll give you the location of it. I can't give you the locations because they're private. The only way you get the location is you purchase the ticket. That means you're going to have to log on to the website and go to the site, and then that is how you purchase the ticket.
So these are private parties?
Give you the information.
Is invite only? It's private parties? These are invite only?
It's a public-private thing because what people don't understand in fundraisers for campaigns, you have to, in federal campaigns, you got to go through this thing called Act Blue. So you buy a ticket. We don't want it to be a public thing because we don't want 1,000 people showing up at the door because they want to see these artists. I mean, the one in Atlanta is going to be super big. You got everybody from T.I., Killer Mike, Ryan Cameron, Greg Street. You got all these guys going to be showing up to that one out there. And so with all of them, I mean, same thing here. The one in Formula One weekend is going to be bananas. The Rick Ross one, his location is super dope, but we don't want it to be an event. We want it to be private, semi-private, but the people who purchase a ticket, they'll purchase a ticket through our website. And the website will then give them the address. It's almost like RSVPing. We're going to do one in Houston with Scarface. He already committed to doing a fundraiser up there. Shouts out to Scarface. They told me he said some beautiful words about me running at the Carol City picnic. I don't know why Martin or anybody didn't send me that footage. If they said something negative, they would all send me some footage. But shouts out to Scarface. Hey, but yeah, man. I mean, the campaign going good, man. We're in that fundraiser process. Haitian Flag Day is where we're gonna really kick off, grind, and really just start banging them streets hard all the way to August. I mean, we're gonna hit all the high school spring games. We're gonna hit we're gonna hit the parks. We're gonna hit everywhere because this race is very, very important, Streeter, for more reasons than one. We have an opportunity to create, bring back Black Wall Street in this district. I mean, a lot of Hill Lakes, Tamarack, Sunrise. These are all Caribbean African American cities. You know, Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay. You know, River Beach. These are prominent Black neighborhoods that we could do some great things in. We could bring some real dollars into the district and make a difference in the world. You know, because shit, man, that's what you want. That's why it's so attractive. Everybody's like, well, you know, you're from I lived in Broward County for 15 years. Why you want to run for in Miami? No. Miami is gave away. They gave Miami away. We gave Miami away. Miami is gone.
Who we gave it to?
Miami live in Broward.
Who we gave Miami to?
Cubans. And the Cubans then gave it away to the foreigners. That's why right now you got a white mayor. Think about it. Little Havana ain't Little Havana no more. Little Haiti is not Little Haiti no more. So the Cubans took over it, and then the Cubans got gentrified. So we gentrified the white people in Liberty City, my parents and Black people that got, you know, when Overtown got blowed up by the I-95, we gentrified Liberty City, took over that. They're now taking over that. So Cubans came in, took over, gentrified us. Now it's being sold again to the Europeans and the foreigners. So everybody spread out all over the place. Most people that went to Broward. And that's why Broward was blue.
Homestead, they sent around the Homestead, right?
Homestead is popping. Homestead is
yeah,
popping.
If
that traffic wasn't that bad going down there, I probably have been bought me a house down in Homestead. Homestead been popping. And they just kept moving down there. That's why when you look at Belgrade, Pahokee, and South Bay, yeah, you see a lot of rural area, but you see a lot of land that you can really build some things out there. I see my vision for them over there is out of control. No, I'm not running for mayor, I'm running for Congress. And so even you ride down Sistrunk, you ride in Tamarack, all these things are right there near the ocean. They're like, these Sistrunk goes right into from Sistrunk to condominiums, $5-6 million, like 5 minutes away. You know, things like that. So you build within the infrastructure that you build in because you got the comps, and you create, you build onto this Black neighborhood that you already have that's already set in place. Same thing with River Beach. I mean, River Beach is on some prime property. They're trying to push them people out through the water plant, through bad water. You know, daggone well, as soon as they get enough Black people out of Riviera Beach, all of a sudden the water plant gets fixed. You know, and that's me. No. My job is to keep them people there. Create infrastructure, bring jobs, the real serious jobs that people can afford to stay in these areas. People can't afford. When you can't afford to stay somewhere because the pay ain't matching, you know, what this guy knocking on your door, then you have a tendency of saying, okay, I got to leave because I can't afford to stay here. But if there's job creation, business creation where you can afford to stay, you'll stay. And so that's my job as a congressman. That's why I'm running. And I'm telling you, I mean, I'm running the street of, and you know, the people decide that they want somebody else, they want a career politician or some little boy or whatever the hell they want, then that's fine. I live with that, but I'm gonna go to Columbia. I got Columbia, you know, because we're gonna have plan A, plan B, plan C. So I got Columbia on my mind. I have because I'm not gonna be crying too long. I'm gonna sit in the back and cry that they didn't want me for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna be in Columbia, or I'm going to what is it? Not Venezuela. I got Jamaica. I got the Bahamas. You know, son gonna be in college. I'll be doing Luke's show from over there.
You getting out of here, dog?
I'm gonna leave you, Streeter.
You getting out of here?
What? Hey, I'll be officially retired, baby. Where Luke at? Yo, where Luke at? He's gone. Yo, where Luke at? He's gone. But I really have faith in the people of District 20. I think they're gonna do the right thing.
I think you got it, dog. I think you got it. I think you got it.
Yeah. We just got to put the work in. I got to go see some more people. Got to talk to some more people in the district, which is a beautiful thing. And if anybody want to know anything about my campaign, go www.lukeforcongress.com. This is the $5 campaign. Donate. Look at the platform. Go up in there. Be a volunteer. We would love to have you as a volunteer, whether you live in the district, in the state, in the city. Anywhere around the country, we'll put you to work wherever you're at because there's always something to do. Streeter, you got how's K Streeter doing?
K Street, it's growing, man. You gotta make some more videos, man. Some funny stuff going on in there, man. Y'all go follow us. Oh, all your comments come from Facebook, huh? You in Facebook? Go follow us
Facebook
on K Street.
My they said my YouTube was down, so my whole
YouTube down. What happened to it?
One of the young ladies hit me and said it was blue. I don't know. I hit some button on there earlier. Maybe I screwed it up, but we'll get it back up.
They say it's blue.
Say it was blue.
You
only see blue. I said, well, what happened? Somebody hit you in the eye?
There's K Street right there, bro.
Where's K Street?
There it is right there. Go follow us on Facebook, man. K Street creates. I'm in there doing some funny stuff, man. Like showing my comedic side. Getting beat in Pac-Man. Check me out.
Because I cheated one time, that make me a cheater, yeah. So if I cut her one time, that make me a barber. Yeah.
I'm being funny, dog.
What? So that's your new thing? You want to be a comedian?
I always thought I could be a comedian. Yeah, dog. My creativity ain't just football, dog. Go follow us, man. K Street, man. Go follow us, bro. I ain't no one chick. I ain't no one chick pony. One trick pony. K Streets, man, creates, man. Y'all come follow us on Facebook. Y'all already on there. Finna blow that thing up, man.
Follow this because it seems really, really interesting.
Finna blow that thing up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my show today. Make sure y'all go follow K Street. I'm going over there to follow K Street. Sorry for you people that's on YouTube that y'all couldn't get me today. Make sure y'all go follow K Street along with my man Streeter of Footballville. Y'all follow him and keep up with all the current sports, youth sports, everything that's going on in the sports world. Follow him on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. X, all that and something. Hey, Streeter, I'll holler at you later. I appreciate you, my brother. One love, virgin. Hey, watch this.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up, hey, woman.
Y'all like that? That's one of my commercials. That's one. I need to play the commercial again for y'all. Y'all ain't. Hold on, man. Hey, we got major commercials going on. Look at this.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up, hey, woman.
You gotta love it. Hey, man, shouts out to Street. Shouts out to my good friend, Coach Willie Simmons of FIU. We had a great show today. hopefully it was informative for you, and you got an opportunity to learn something that you didn't already know. If you already knew it, that's good that you came in to hear us all discuss it. Shouts out to everybody that's in the chat. My girl Glow is always there. Make sure y'all go to Glow page. Also follow her, because Glow makes these custom shirts and custom hats and custom everything, purses and all that. That's one of our beautiful designers. I'm gonna get me a Glow hat and put it on. Glow made my ex-mother-in-law AKA hat. It was super dope. I should have got me an AKA hat so I can put it on to the show. But that's my girl Glow. Make sure y'all go follow her and buy some of her product. It's great, custom. Nobody else won't have it on. That's important. But again, I want to thank you guys for being here. Make sure you go to my website, www.lukeforcongress.com. I will be in the district doing a lot of meetings. I'm going over there. I got a date where I'm going with the pastors. And shouts out to Divine Nine of Broward County. I got to go over there and speak to that organization at the Kappa House in Broward, to the entire body of the Divine Nine, the leaders. And I had a great time. I mean, that was my first stump speech. I told the gentleman that set it up, I was like, hey, boss, you got to give me, because I can be long-winded. You got to tell me if there's a time limit. I heard the lady had a little button. I heard a little alarm go off. I was like, that's my time? She was like, yeah. I was like, boss, you got to tell me the time limit. But so I can give them the short one or the long one. But for the most part of it, people got the gist of our campaign and the platform is there. I mean, we're about affordable housing. We're about these youth, getting these youth jobs. We're about stopping gentrification. We're about saving the houses and increasing the livelihood of our seniors and our veterans, because they're facing some difficult times right now with this insurance. Parents don't know whether their SNAP benefits are going to be cut off. And I try to tell them. I heard one of the individuals who's running in the race, and he was scaring the people up in church. Your SNAP benefits are going to cut off. I'm going to be the congressman to stop you. They ain't not cutting no SNAP benefits off. They ain't cutting no Medicare, Medicaid off. None of that is happening. And if that does, who's on SNAP? Who's the most people on SNAP? So the white people are going to cut the white people off of SNAP. Really? White people are the most people on food stamps. So people don't get caught up with that. No, it's about bringing the resources back to the community. Will I fight? If somebody say they're trying to get rid of SNAP, yes, I will. But I'm here to get my people off SNAP. Okay? My job is to get my people off SNAP. My job is to get our kids, instead of the adults a living wage, get the kids a living wage. But then the adults, get them real high-paying jobs. You got 2 ports. I can expand the port and get people in the community with very, very high-paying jobs, close to 6 figures. I can create other opportunities in the district. I'm not going to tell y'all, because when I get out there and really start debating these people, because these people sit up there and they ear hustle and they try and take your ideal and make it their ideal. But I'm saying, the resources that I bring to anywhere, anything that I touch. People told me, oh, you crazy for starting hip hop in the South. You're crazy for doing that. Nobody's going to listen to rap music from Miami. Really? We're only listening to New York and LA. And what happened? Oh, you starting a youth program. Nobody's going to come. What happened? 35 years later, we're here. Oh, why would you go to the school here? What happened? We renovated that school. Oh, you can't do R&B. You just doing that booty music. What happened? I went and found H-Town. Oh, you can't do Hispanic music. What happened? I went and found Pitbull. I'm a businessman first. Everybody want to go Luke the Rapper, 2 Live Crew. Luther Campbell of 2 Live Crew. No, I'm Luther Campbell of Luke Records, the owner and founder of the first hip-hop record label in the entire South. It's just that simple. No, it's not the rapper. It's the executive, the businessman who had the vision, because you got to have vision to be able to create these things. You're like, yo, what are you going to do about TPS? Well, TPS, yes, a bill got passed. Shouts out to the Congresswoman who went and got TPS passed through Congress. Beautiful thing. But it's still not out the woods yet. Still going to be some fighting, which I'm sad that the Congress men and women of our district was not the ones who spearheaded that bill. That goes to show you that half of them sitting on their ass. It had to be the Congresswoman from Massachusetts to spearhead that bill. Make that make sense. We got all these Haitians and Venezuelans here in South Florida, and I want to know if Carlos Jimenez voted either for it or not. You only had 6 Republicans vote to give these people extra 3 years. It's not out of the woods yet. Still more work to be done, because Donald Trump is fast-tracking his rejection of TPS, temporary status, for immigrants, all the way up to the Supreme Court, and he thinks that's where he's going to win at. That's his thing. He has his bill fast-tracked. Then it has to go. So now the bill leaves Congress, and it got to go to the Senate. So it goes to the Senate from Congress to him. He has to then put his John Hancock on it. He's not going to sign that. He's already taken the fight to the Supreme Court. So it's a long battle. It's a long battle when it comes to TPS. It's a long battle of protecting these people's status in this country. And so you won't have to worry about some congresswoman or man from another state or another city in the globe fighting for the immigrants, fighting for the Haitians, the Bahamians, the Jamaicans, the Venezuelans, all the people of my district. No, you won't have to worry about that. I'll be doing the fighting. I'll be at the front of the table. I'll be the one taking the fight to them. But the most important thing is, man, bringing those resources back. I mean, think about these kids. I created a program in Miami where I said, hey, man, I ain't worried about no, we just ain't going to do summer jobs. How about year-round jobs? I created that, year-round jobs. But the kids have to be involved in some type of school activity, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, cheer, girls, whatever it may be, whether it's the Glee Club or whatever, you name it. Now the kids had jobs on a year-round basis, and they had to participate in those clubs. If they stopped in those clubs, they lost their job. Now we know where our kids at. This is me. You got to have vision, not division. Nobody wants to do the work. I'm not an elected official. I'm just a community servant of looking at our kids are dying at an alarming rate. Why are they dying? Why are our kids going to jail? Because they're leaving, going home. Why the girls going through what they're going through? What do we need to do to stabilize our community? So those are the things that I'm going to bring to my congressional district, 20. Yeah, my kids in my district, they're going to have jobs. They're going to be working. They're going to have a pathway of, if I don't go to college, how am I going to be successful as a girl and a boy? They're not just be sitting there it's going to be by choice that they sit down on a video game and choose a different path, which we know we can't save everybody. But I'm involving the parents, I'm involving the grandparents, and they're going to all know that Here's their opportunity to get themselves out of the situation that they're getting in, that they're in. We're gonna bring back the trade schools. Yeah, we're bringing back trade schools. We're bringing all that. We're bringing back technical schools. We're bringing back apprentice. Come on now. And then we're investing in our community. Affordable housing. Everybody talk about affordable housing. We need affordable housing. Yes, my entire district need affordable housing. But what do they normally do? They go get a developer who don't live in the community, who come from outside the community, develop in the community. None of those jobs go to the individuals who live in the community because most of the people in the community don't have a trade. They don't know how to go work them jobs. So they bring in all this cheap labor and all these people from other parts of the community, and the developer comes from out of the community. He takes the money and goes on down the road. No. It's going to be on my watch. It's going to be developed by the people for the people. We are reaping the benefits. The people of the community, of the district, is reaping the benefit. We're going to go look scout. If we don't have a developer that lives in the area, from the area, then we're going to go find where he went. He might be in Atlanta. Hey, boss, you need to come on back home because you have an opportunity to develop your community that you were born and raised from. And you're going to then take the people from the community and put the resources back into them. Because most of our talented people left. They left because there's no opportunity for them. Most of our brightest, our best and brightest took off, moved to Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, you name it, because they have better opportunities. My job as a congressman to create the opportunity so they don't have to leave. Hell, you got 300 workers out of the school system. They get ready to close schools down in Broward County. That's because of lack of vision. How do you close a school down, reopen it as a charter school, and the damn thing is filled up the next day? That's bad management by the school system. What are you doing wrong? Maybe you need to change the menu. Maybe you need to change the way you're operating as a school. Maybe you need to offer some more programs. Maybe you need to do business a totally different way, because if you're losing students, therefore you're now firing staff, that means you need to really look at how you're operating. This ain't just happened in Broward County, it happened all over the country. Because we know the Republican thing is charter schools. Charter schools are not beneficial to Black students. I'm here to tell you. Let me tell you all that right now. That is another form of system that will set our students, our kids back. They ain't letting them in all the best and brightest charter schools. They don't let them in if they play sports. Hello, let's keep it a buck. So how about investing in our public schools, changing the way we do business in the public schools, bring in tech, bring in trades. Now you have, stop with this, these public schools. They cut the budget of the athletic department. Each public school gets $25,000 for the entire athletic department. Mind you, meanwhile, the charter school, they have an endless budget. They're paying the daggone football coach and basketball coach and soccer coach damn near 6 figures and give them a house. How could they do that receiving the same money that the public school is receiving from the state with these kids on vouchers? Make that make sense to me. Come on, it don't make sense. It means that your public schools have been infiltrated by bad people, and bad people don't want to change how these schools are. You got some of these damn board members teaching and working and consulting charter schools. The fix is in. So my platform is about helping these young African-American kids, these students in my district, have a pathway to a successful life and not a pathway to McDonald's. McDonald's is where they'll work at right now. But at the end of the day, they'll be in school getting them a trade. They're going to be happy to go to their local high school and get a trade. Mental health is real, people. Mental health is real. You see a man in Louisiana going unalive 7 of his kids and one cousin. People are depressed. We have to spend tons of money into mental health to identify the issues that these young people and adults are having. You have a mayor, assistant mayor, husband just unalive her. Wake up one day and unalive her. These are serious. We have serious mental health issues in our community that we're not addressing. People are crying. We got seniors losing. They got to make a decision whether they're going to buy some food or pay for their prescription drug because the insurance is killing them and they're about to get put out of their house. That shouldn't be. You got people in River Beach boiling water. You only hear about Michigan. No, the same thing is happening in River Beach right now. That should not be. So when people ask me like, look, why are you running for Congress? What you running for Congress for? What am I running for Congress? Okay, I get off the football field in my spare time. And okay, this is a big deal. This is a very important race for the people of Congressional District 20. People can get deported by getting the wrong congressman or woman. People get sick because I know I can have a conversation with Marco Rubio. I know him. If I got to go around there and talk to Trump, I know him. Ain't nobody else in this race can do that. People lose, they're gentrifying Broward County and all parts of it. They're gentrifying River Beach. They're trying to even gentrify Belgrade and Pogey. Thank God they got some mayors and some council members and all. They're telling the mayors and council members, hey, look, let us have this property. We're going to build a $700,000 house. Those folks over there are like, hell no, you ain't. Because they know what that means. So I commend those folks. And I'm going over there. I'm going to have me a town hall meeting over there. I commend those people for holding the line and not giving in to the developers. How could you tell these people, oh yeah, we'll give us that land? Because if you know anything about any city or municipality, a lot of people just evacuated, left their land, and they didn't pay the taxes, so the city owns a large part of the properties in the area. So when you go to the city, and the church owns most of the property because the cities normally get a property to the church so the church can develop and to be able to develop for its constituents. But a lot of times the church don't have the money to develop, so they holding on to the property also. So the city has all this property. Developers come to them, yeah, we'll develop on these properties. So they say, well, what you trying to develop? How much the house is going to cost? Are you doing workforce houses for the people? Are you doing some development so that our people can stay in? No, we're going to build some houses for $700,000. Really? Who going to stay in these houses? You get ready to just tell us flat out, you get ready to gentrify our neighborhood? No, not on my watch. Develop for the people and by the people. You got young people that want to own companies. So the federal government is there for. I create programs to do what? Bring money back to small businesses. Start your business. The beautiful part about being a congressman, you don't have to be sitting up there like a city official where you got to have 20 people vote on an item to get some things done. No, you just create the program. The people bring it to you and you say, hey, look, this is what we want to do. I want to be the champion of mental health. I want to start a outreach program. I need federal assistance to then go around, helping kids and adults with mental health. Fine, let's go. I want to develop affordable housing in our district, the entire district, so people can be able to afford to stay here and keep them housed. Let's go. Let's do it. I want to start a small business. I got an ideal of this and that and all these things. Let's do it. I then go, blockchain. Blockchain, come on over here, blockchain. We can actually create a coin for Congressional District 20. And the benefits of that coin go to the people of Congressional. That's how I think. That's how I think. I think like making my people a millionaire. I've always questioned politicians. And I've always questioned how many millionaires you've created from your community, from your high school. How many of them? If you sitting in office for 4 years and you ain't got no millionaires that you created and all you did is bring down corporations from other places and bring them here to your district and you made them more money and they took the money and you just stand up there with the white dude with his Armani suit on and you feeling like you Big Willie because you stand up there with him. He just took all the damn money out of the community. And you gentrified your community from a business standpoint. Oh, no, that's not me. I'm not on that. I'm not on that. For the people, by the people. I'm on building in my district and the people from my district profit. Whether it's blockchain, Elon Musk right now putting up these daggone AI plants, sucking up all the water and all the energy and polluting the air. He one second from, you don't think this man here ready to put one of them plants up in Belgrade, Pole, South Bay? All that land out there? He don't care. He just did it in Memphis. He ain't finna do it on no Peanut Island. Oh no. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't getting ready to do it on where all them houses cost $10 million. Oh no. Lighthouse Point. That ain't gonna happen on no Lighthouse Point. So again, people, this election is really important. It's almost a borderline do or die situation because whoever you guys put in Congress, it's going to be interesting because it's going to affect you for the next 10 years, whether or not you're going to be able to afford to live in your house. I'm just keeping it a buck. Whether you are going to be, whether you're going to get deported or not, that's what you're dealing with. That is what you'll face. So everybody want to go and you let these white folks go find you somebody to put in the race and say vote for these people here so that they can take all the money that's set aside for this district and put it in their district and make their district beautiful and rich and all that, then you do that. If you think for 1 minute these career politicians are gonna be able to stop, they got the whatever, you know what it is, to be able to stand up to Trump and the Marco Rubio and all these people, and you really feel like they're gonna be the one to protect you from getting deported, okay. If they got the vision to bring jobs and they got the vision to be able to relate to these kids, to be able to put them to work and create opportunities for everybody in this district where they could thrive, they can afford to stay here, They can get subsidies for the high cost of insurance. Then if you got somebody else, please let me know. If there's somebody else, because all I do is I look at these people platform, and I look at the videos of them speaking at their town hall meeting. They talk about SNAP, Medicare, and Medicaid. That ain't going nowhere. They ain't talking about how they're going to bring the resources back. They ain't talking about that. They talking about, oh, I was your former commissioner, and you got to vote for me for that. Come on, Gladys. You got to vote for me for this reason, that reason. That. Okay, do that if you want to. My job is to bring the resources back. That's why I'm running for Congress. I ain't going up there to get on MSNBC and CNN. I can do that right now if I want to without running for Congress. I can get booked on these networks and talk trash about Donald Trump and anybody and not be a congressman and go home and work and mind my own business. I'm not trying to go to, I'm the guy going to work across the aisle. I need to work across the aisle, get some things done and bring some resources back. Yes, I am going to do that. I'm not going to turn no money down. We've been turning money down for the longest. That's why we're in the situation we're in now. We were thriving. I'm old enough to know how we were back in the day. We were a thriving community before integration and gentrification happened. We were spending money in our clubs. We were going to our restaurants. We had a nightlife. We had clothing lines. We had furniture stores. We had all these things in our community until they came and bulldozed everything down and told us it was better to go party not at our own clubs, but to criticize. Till they told us, send your best and brightest to St. Thomas. Athletes. Really? Ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. I had a nice day. See y'all back. Make sure y'all go to my website, www.lukeforcongress.com. Go on there. Look at my platform. Be a volunteer. Make a donation of $5. If not, thank you for all your support. We're going to keep running. We're going to keep doing what we're going to do. And we're going to get this thing done. We're going to represent and support the people. Until the next time, in the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours.